Hello everyone and welcome back to the Fens map. Now things have changed a little bit since the last time I've had a play around with the station, and although it's by no means complete, kind of really liking how it's looking so far. So we'll take a look at that in a second, but today we're going to focus on all of this because high rise has got to go. All these trees in the middle of town have got to go because we're going to be changing the whole street layout. And I've realized that I've put in all these awesome roads and the game will not build on them. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's show you. So first of all, what I want to do is just check tools, player ownership. Right, so yes, we do own all the roads. Awesome. I want to make sure because I didn't want to have the game demolish all these. But if we come over here and we go town builder, and we put it right here, for example, it's going to make a liar out of me. Wow. Okay. Right. Yes. We want to delete Driffield. And it stripped out the entire town. Awesome. Luckily, we haven't done anything yet, but we are going to be replacing the entire road network today. So I'm going to run the intro and then we'll jump into it. Well, I'm kind of glad that I did that little experiment and found out about destroying the accompanying roads before we set off on this. But save some time on the video and just kind of not really waste your time, if that makes sense. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it all in a time lapse. But as I say, what we're going to do today is try and get in as many of the march roads as possible. Certainly this side of the river, and if we can, through to the high street and top end of town, which, looking at it this way, it's south end of town. But yeah, we're going to try and get all of these done. But the first thing I'm going to have to do is come through and delete the towns. And you may be wondering, why am I deleting the towns? And definitely don't want to delete that. No, I'm going to do it. Right, so the reason I am going through and deleting all the towns is because ultimately I want to control the industries, so on and so forth, that are within the towns. And I can't accurately do that whilst they're still in place. So I'm going to jump into a time lapse and see you on the other side. Well, folks, there you have it. It's been rather hard. So I've had Google Maps open on a tab alongside and trying to keep an eye on all this and work out what everything is, trying to remember what roads existed back then, what doesn't. Like, I haven't finished this road yet, that one. But overall, I feel we're in a good place. Feel like we are getting somewhere. So much so that I am confident that I can do this. And I just realised I didn't. What's that going to delete if I? You know what? Can I put another town here? So industrial. Can't. Right. Can't set that. Commercial. We want food. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I am going to confirm deletion of that. And I'm going to put these roads back in quick. Thankfully. Just a case of coming in and doing this. Filling the gaps essentially. Right. Oh. Okay, you actually deleted quite a bit there. Right, that's fine. Do that. Bring that across there. Try and not let that do that. What are you doing, game? All I want you to do is follow on there. Thank you. Okay. Overreach that a bit. Right. Allow that. Oh, okay, maybe not. Yeah, go to there then. Delete that, delete that. Stretch that out to there. Stretch that out to there. Delete that, delete that. Remember when I said this would be an easy part of the whole thing? Right, get rid of that. Single track road, yes. Allow that in there. Grab that road. Okay, you want to do that. Okay, that's fine. Right, what else are we missing? Oh! You terror. So it's destroyed the town centre. That's more annoying than anything. I can rebuild Creek Road. Not a problem. Creek Road comes round. And boom. And Station Road is in like that. And this one is in like that. Attach that. Awesome. Right. Do that. Yeah. Build that. Build parallel one here. Actually, that should be that. About it. I'm not sure if this will work. Right, but I'm going to try it anyway. Yeah, that's ugly. But I'm going to do it anyway. And then up here, I can get straight road. Thank you, game. Yes. And bring that into there. Yeah, something like that. And boom. Right. I think I've repaired everything. As I say, there's a whole bunch of roads to do in here. But I'm going to rename this Romford. No. This is March. This is my hometown. And I'm going to connect that up. I'm going to connect that up. I'm going to delete that. And I am going to go in here. And I'm going to type in because somewhere in here I found an asset that I really like. Was it that one? No. Was it that? No. Definitely not that, because that doesn't have the full textures. Not that one. No, no. Oh, let's go back here. What else we got? Both. Brick. Both. Right. Let's get this lined up. I want. Go here. Just right. If I can. Is that up close enough? And do it again. Boom. Oh, that won't come out even better. But there we go. Let's just paint tools. Grass, yeah, sure. Cross size. And just okay. Grass green. Grass dark green. How's that? Oh, that's still right. Okay. What about that? Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Chop the grass down a bit. But yes, I would love to have a fixed roof in there. But other than that, this is my house for many years growing up. It didn't have a window there. It should have a back porch on here. Or a back extension. Why have we got a wolf? I don't know. But yeah, this is March so far, guys. I'm going to have to go through and get rid of a lot of these commercial buildings because they shouldn't be here. And a lot of the residentials are going to have to go as well. But this is it. This is March so far. One thing we can do before I leave the episode, land juice. So definitely no industrial around here. And I realise I've put myself so much in debt by doing all this. I just don't care because this is where the commercial should be. What I'm going to do is I am going to plop town centre here. And again, we'll go through and we'll get rid of all. I've kept one industrial for now because I may want to curate where my industry is. But there we go, guys. So you can see we do have the roundabout here now. We have the flyover, the one hill in March, and it's man-made. Not the right bridge. I'm going to go and find the right bridge. But here you can see that used to be a crossover or a railway crossing here. I don't remember it. Pretty sure the flyover was built before I was born. But I do remember it still being there, fenced off, when I was a child. All these roads got to change. but our bypass comes out here and makes it way out there. So I'm looking forward to doing that. We've got the whole of Peas Hill area to do, but I'm going to work on that off screen once again if I find the time. As you can see, the road has been rationalised a lot around here. We do have a pedestrian path to put back in. And I'm trying to think how far it comes down. I think it more or less tapers off after Wigston Road. And we need to get a footbridge in over there. Here was a caravan site growing up. Got Creek Farm there. That's going to change. In the first episode, I did mention that this road should be straight. It's not. I don't know what on earth made me ever consider that should be a straight road. It shouldn't. That is the shape it should be. It's what it is now. Keeping that dirt road in. There was access for stuff to go in there, so we're going to leave that in. But anyway, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it so far. And we carry on in 2 weeks. But in the meantime, as I say, thank you ever so much for watching. You watching gives me the desire to keep on building. With that said, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.